Attention all entrepreneurs. I have just one question for you. If we could help you grow your business and get you just one client or customer each month for the price of a takeout meal or manicure, would you take that offer? Hey family, it's Jay Jones, host of Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the podcast, and I want to introduce you to the new revamped BEB Academy. Go to newbebacademy.com for more information and to enroll. Now, let me tell you how we transformed and revised the Academy. The first thing we did was we reduced the time of all the online courses and trainings to 25 or 35 minutes of bite-sized content with actionable steps at the end of each piece of content. Now, this allows you to implement what you've learned immediately. No more 15-week courses, 10-hour courses, or whatever. Bite-sized content that you can implement immediately. We're also going to have a live masterclass once a month with an expert guest. This is also interactive, so you'll be able to ask questions and interact with the expert guest. Now, we're going to talk about such topics as public relations, marketing, e-commerce, branding, sales, and other impactful topics to help you move your business from point A to point B. And lastly, the biggest change in the community is it is an interactive community. It's going to have live chat, it's going to have threads, and it's going to have meeting spaces. So all of this is going to be inside the community. It's going to be our own BEB social media platform. So it's mobile friendly, just like social media. It's going to be similar to an app like Instagram or Twitter, where you can comment and be interactive all the time right on your mobile phone. You can stay connected to your community, and it is interactive. And the beauty about community, guys, is you can connect, collaborate, and make money with other members while you're learning how to market and grow your business. There's an old African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go farther, go together. The whole purpose of the Academy is to bring like-minded entrepreneurs together to connect, collaborate, and make money. It's a synergistic relationship, and the power of community will help you grow and scale your business. Looking forward to seeing you inside the Academy. Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family, and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 498. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is titled, Relationship Capital is the New Currency. Relationship capital is the new currency. So there's an old saying that goes, it's not what you know, but who you know. Meaning that you can achieve greater things by having important relationships with key people. And on today's episode, I'm going to discuss and dissect the power of relationship capital, and I'm going to give you several actionable steps and tips to help you increase your circle and build relationships strategically to help you grow and scale your business. But before we get to today's content, let me just share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link to the new revamped BEB Academy. You can go to newbebacademy.com for more information and to also enroll. Also, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Today is New Year's Day, And in light of that, I'm going to keep today's episode pretty short because you might be recovering from partying last night on New Year's Eve or what. But I'm going to keep it about, I'd say 20 to so minutes, and we're going to keep it short and straight to the point. But I hope you guys have a happy, prosperous, blessed new year in 2024 in your personal life and in your business life. Now, since this is the first episode of 2024, I just want to talk to you guys about what's in store for Black Entrepreneur Blueprint in 2024. The first thing that I want to talk about real quick is doing impactful episodes with actionable steps. I mentioned this in 2023. We don't want to just be spewing information and not giving you any steps or actionable steps to take after you receive the information. One of the ways that we separate ourselves from a lot of the other entrepreneur podcasts is, number one, I'm speaking from experience, not theory, from practical application of my 20 plus years as a serial entrepreneur, going from, almost losing it all twice to being able to come back and be blessed to build two separate multi-million-dollar businesses. But I want to provide impactful information and actionable steps so you can move your business from point A to point B. Another thing that we want to focus on in 2024 is building the best and most impactful community when it comes to Black entrepreneurs. That's why I am so super excited about the new revamped BEB Academy. Make sure you guys check it out, newbebacademy.com. One of the things that I'm focusing on is community, because most people, when they come into an academy or an online course, they come in for the course and the coaching, but what really stands out is the community. That's why it's an interactive community, and you'll be able to interact with myself, other members in the community, and be able to connect and collaborate and generate revenues because you're inside the community. Relationship capital. That's exactly what today's show is about. So that's something we're going to be focusing on heavy in 2024. Also, we're going to do at least 2 live events. I think we're going to do a boot camp for one, and then we're going to do a live show. And we're probably looking at New York and Los Angeles at this time, but we're not exactly sure. We're working on that right now. And we're working on some sponsors because several sponsors have reached out to us. So if you're interested in being one of the major sponsors to one of our live events this year, please reach out to me via email. The next thing that we're going to do in 2024, I'm going to be doing more live speaking engagements to promote the Black economic empowerment. And the biggest thing about that, guys, is I've traveled. Last year, I didn't do too many. I was super busy. I might have done 10 to 12 live engagements. I did a whole bunch of them online via Zoom, doing keynote speaking and also doing corporate events. So we're going to be doing more of that, but we're going to be on the road a little bit more this year. And I'd love to have you guys come out and check me out wherever I am. I know I'm scheduled for Detroit probably late February, early March. We're still locking that up. And the last thing, guys, is I want to continue to give you weekly content to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Like I said, I want to do impactful content that's going to move the needle. And the biggest focus that I have in 2024 and beyond is to drive traffic to the BEB Academy, because that's where the transformation is going to take place, guys. The synergy that you're going to have with the community, and I need your help. The more people that are in the community, the more synergies we have, the more collaborations and connections we can make, and the better it is for everybody. So please make sure, excuse me, you support newbebacademy.com. If you rock with me and you respect all the content that I put out over these 10 plus years, I'm definitely asking you, join the Academy. It's a $29 investment each month, which is less than a takeout meal, literally less than a takeout meal for a family. So if you don't like it, after a month or whatever, you can always cancel. But I'm telling you right now, it's almost like buying Amazon stock when it first came out, because it's going to take a while to boil. But once that heat gets turned up, the price is obviously going to increase. The more people we have in there and the more resources, the more courses, the more expert speakers we have coming in. So jump in now at $29 a month And it's like you're getting on the ground floor of a stock that's going to rise, because I'm really going to focus on this year, because I think this is the most impactful way that I can connect with the BEB family and once again help you guys in terms of elevating your entrepreneur IQ. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up of what to expect from me and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint in 2024. With that being said, let's get into today's content. And we're talking about relationship capital is the new currency. What I want to do is start off with an audio snippet of a successful entrepreneur named John Hope Bryant. And then we're going to discuss and dissect his comments about relationships and how they affect your business and your life. So I'm also going to give you guys several actionable steps and tips to help increase your circle or your network. But let's listen to this quick audio clip from John Hope Bryant.
Relationship capital. Who banks on you? The knowledge you have in your head is more important than what you got in your pocket. You hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. You hang around 9 wealthy people, you're likely also to be the 10th. So what Magic Johnson did here was brilliant. So Magic Johnson has just underscored it again. Here's a dude who made $40 million in the NBA. An absolute star. But now he's a billionaire because he realized you make money during the day, but you build wealth in your sleep. He understood that the real capital was not what's in your pocket, what's in your hand, but what's in your head, what's in your heart, and what connects it to, which is relationship capital, which is somebody who believes in you, somebody who says, I want to do business with you. That starts with a relationship, not with a transaction, not with an ask. And nobody cares about the money in your pocket. All it will do is deplete. If you don't have any wisdom in your brain, the money will leak out of your pockets. Can I get an amen?
So that was a pretty powerful quote. And the biggest thing I took away from that is, as he said, the real capital is in relationships. Okay. The real capital is in relationships. It's not a transaction or it's not an ask. And we're going to talk about 3 tips today to help you build that relationship capital. All right. Number 1, find communities that will help you raise your level of entrepreneurship. Find communities that will help you raise your level of entrepreneurship. So join groups and communities like newbebacademy.com to help raise the level of your circle. You never want to be the smartest person in your circle, guys, unless you're getting paid for it. Okay. So unless you're the teacher, the lecturer, or the speaker, you never want to be the smartest person in your circle. Okay. Now, people have different levels of proficiency. So you may be the smartest person in your circle about marketing or advertising. Somebody else may be the smartest person in that same circle when it comes to starting businesses. But on a rule of thumb, guys, you always don't, well, you never want to be just the smartest person in there, because what you're doing at that time is, and there's nothing wrong with that, you're really mentoring somebody else. So you want to have a circle or network where it's give and take. Okay. So another thing that he said that I want to touch on real quick is he used the analogy, if you hang around with 9 broke people, you're probably going to be the 10th. But if you hang around with 9 wealthy people, you'll probably be the 10th also. So I'm not saying get rid of all your family and friends, but you have to create new circles sometimes. And you have to understand where people fit in terms of your types of circles. So you may have 3 or 4 different circles. And I have a couple of different cliques, you know, with all of my boys. It's about 12 of us that went to college together that we've always been real tight. So we do a lot of stuff together. But I know that there are cliques inside the clique. Right. So I know if there's certain things I'm looking to do, oh, I might need to call E or Ant or Rob or somebody else like that, because I know they're into that type of stuff. If it's something else I'm doing or trying to get done, I may have to call Dean or Bruce or Marv, somebody like that. So it all depends, once again, who your network is and your circle is. So that's super important. So number 1, find communities that will help you raise your level of entrepreneurship. Okay, that can even mean going to meetup groups. Like I said, newbebacademy.com. We want that to be the hub when we talk about relationship capital and building communities. That's what we want that to be. But you can find these locally where you can go and join live and do physical events. You know, you can go out and do networking, but you want to get a group of tight people that are all, working towards the same thing. Entrepreneurial success. They have the experience. They know the ups and downs. They're able to pick you up when you're down. Okay. So find those communities that will help you raise your level of entrepreneurship. That's tip number 1. And remember, guys, today's show is going to be a little bit short because it's New Year's Day. And I want you guys to enjoy time with your family, friends, and bring in the new year right and get ready to have an amazing 2024. So we're talking about relationship capital is the new currency. Tip number 2, start to sift and sort your current network. Start to sift and sort your current network. Now, I kind of alluded to that earlier in tip number 1, but let me break it down a little more for you. So this may sound bad, but you actually need to identify who in your circle is helping you to grow and who in your circle is holding you back. Who's bringing positive energy and who's bringing negative energy. Also, who are the givers and who are the takers. Now, when I say sift and sort, you don't have to totally get rid of somebody. It could be a family member, a partner, a spouse, or whatever that may be bringing negative energy. So obviously you can't get rid of them just for that. But what you can do is you can sift and sort, put them in a certain compartment. If you know that you need positivity when it pertains to your business, and you know that this person isn't that, don't talk to them about your business. Okay? Sift and sort. And you always want to be looking for people to get into a new community with, to create a community with. I actually was at a function the other night, my wife and I met a good brother out there who's into real estate, and we really hit it off. We exchanged numbers. So with my new mortgage company, we're probably going to do some business together. And he's very astute entrepreneur. And we had actually almost a similar background in terms of growing up in Philly. He was from South Philly, though. I'm from Germantown. But we had a lot of commonalities in there. And I know from what he's accomplished, this is a sharp brother. He's doing amazing things in the real estate space in and around Philly. I want to give you a little detail about sifting and sorting, right? So as I mentioned, you don't necessarily cut people off, but you know that certain people aren't going to be along for the ride when you're going specific places. Recognize and understand that. Could be family members. Sometimes people are only in your life for a season. But don't be upset when this happens, because people are in and out of your life for a reason, okay? People are in your life for a season and for a reason, okay? And not everybody's going to go the whole distance with you. That's just how it is. It's unfortunate. Not that you have to be mean or cut people off, but you know that you need to build your community. Remember, what did John Hope Bryant say? He talked about 9 people. If you hang around with 9 broke people, you'll probably be the 10th. You hang around with 9 wealthy people, you'll probably be the 10th in that category also. So be cognizant of where your circle is, and sometimes create a new circle or circles to get you to the level that you want to be. Tip number 3, and this is the last tip. Add value to others before you ask for something. Add value to others before you ask for something. Man, I don't know how many times when I see people like trying to sell me something, they always have their hand out, right? Not saying that the product or service they're trying to sell me is good or bad, but give something before you get something, right? So that's one of the things that I think is super important. Give value, show value, and be concerned about the other person, because the reciprocity is going to happen more easily if you come to somebody not asking them for something, but giving them something. And I'll give you a real life example, right? So any of you guys know Eric Thomas, E.T., right? Excuse me, E.T., the hip hop preacher. E.T. is, as he says, the #1 motivational speaker out there. About a year ago, I believe, he was promoting a text line where you could text him directly. Now, a lot of people might have thought that that was his real text number, but it's just a service that people can have where you can do group text and all of that stuff. So people are texting and all that great stuff. Now, because he's been on the show, I actually have his real phone number, his personal cell number. So a lot of times when I'll reach out to E, I'll reach out and say something like this when his book was coming out. yo, E, what's going on, man? Let me know how I can help you promote your book. Okay, let me know what I can do to further your cause. My platform is your platform. You know, his platform is way bigger than mine, but I'm not saying, yo, E, let me, come, let me get on your show. Yo, E, let me do this. I'm serving. I'm providing a service. So when I'm reaching out to him, I'm trying to add value to him without asking for something. And a lot of times, if you're not expecting something or something in return, that's the best way to do it. Okay. So now that's what I do. People, they reach out to me. Hey, I want to do this, that, that's cool. I appreciate and respect that, but give before you ask. Serve before you get served. And that's the way you build that community and you build that relationship capital. Do you know how many people probably reach out to Eric Thomas trying to sell him something or trying to do something? But when you come with a different angle, hey, I don't want nothing from you, bro. I'm just trying to help you out. That stands out. That makes a difference. And that's what I hope happens in the community, the new BEB Academy / community. We want everybody to network. We don't want everybody to connect and collaborate. That's cool. But collaboration is a two-way street, right? That drives both north and south. So collaboration isn't, hey, do this for me and I appreciate it. Hey, what can I do for you? What can you do for me? Oh, maybe we can collaborate and do something together that's beneficial. Like putting together, what I did, one of the BEB family members has a bow tie company. Another one of my young brothers, a BEB family member, actually has a watch company. So I put them together to see if they could collaborate. Maybe they could do some, promotions, something like that, where they can sell both products together as a bundle. So it could be a Father's Day bundle with a watch, bow tie, and other stuff. So that's what collaboration is. So when you go in, tip number 3, add value to others before you ask for something, unless it's a mutual type thing. So collaboration and service, that's how you start to build relationship capital. Have you ever had like a friend, you don't talk to them like all the time, but when you do talk, you pick right back up? Now, have you ever had a friend, and I've had this happen millions of times, you ain't heard from them in a year, but now they need some money, and all of a sudden they're calling you asking for something. Now, I'm going to probably give it to you based on, what you need the money for. But it's like, damn, you didn't call even to see if the brother was still breathing for the last 12 months. The only time you pick the phone up is when you want something. You can't do that, even in your personal relationships. Like I said, there's two types of people. There's givers and there's takers. You always want to be a giver and don't expect anything in return, because your deeds are what's going to cause you to get the return. Service. What can I do to help? So number 3, add value to others before you ask for something. Okay. So recognize and understand. And this is what we're talking about with relationship capital. In that audio snippet, John Hope Bryant also said that a transaction is not a relationship. So you going out and selling somebody is not a relationship. Okay. So that's a transaction. So remember, you're trying to build a relationship. I just had a great conversation with one of my good brothers, my CPA, Thane Martin, right? He's my CPA, but he's my brother too. So when I had my first mortgage business years ago, I was recommended to him by a mutual friend of ours. And so having that relationship, 15 years or 16 years, it wasn't just business. We got into a conversation literally last night before I recorded this about people always wanting something but never giving something in return. And so with his connections and his experience in the business, he actually works with a lot of high profile entertainers and athletes and entrepreneurs. And so for me in the mortgage business, that's a perfect segue. So anybody that wants or needs a mortgage, he'll refer them to me. And anybody I know who's an entrepreneur or has serious tax issues, I'm going to refer to him. And so we have that symbiotic relationship, and it always works. But deeper than that, we're brothers. We don't just talk for business. We talk about our lives, our families. We go out, have drinks, we have dinner, and we do this all the time. And it started out, like I said, as a referral from one of our mutual friends, and we became great friends. So it's a relationship capital. So I know in the mortgage business, anybody that talks to him about a mortgage, I'm that dude. He's going to be like, yo, check Jay out. That's the man. You know, I've done his personal loans, his family's loans, and vice versa. Anytime somebody needs a CPA, that's my guy. He's always going to get all of my referrals for somebody that needs a CPA. So that's how I built my first mortgage business with the relationship capital. And that's how I'm building this one out there. I'm not really doing a whole lot of advertising. It's word of mouth and referrals based on my experience in the business and my relationship capital. I'm blessed to be able to go in my phone and I can call some serious people that have some serious connections. And that's what we want to focus on, guys, in 2024. It's relationship capital is the new currency. Now, before we close it on out, guys, let me just share my social media contact information and resource links. Once again, the only two links I want you guys to focus on are, number one, the website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. That's where all of the content is. All of the resources are there. And the other website, newbebacademy.com, newbebacademy.com. We're talking about relationship capital. After the holiday, what's going to happen is newbebacademy.com will actually be on blackentrepreneurblueprint.com's website. My web developer is on vacation for the holidays. So within the next 2 to 3 weeks, it'll still be, you can still locate it at newbebacademy.com, but it'll actually be part of blackentrepreneurblueprint.com's website. And I'm actually going to change up the face of the website, where the top of the website is going to focus predominantly on the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Academy, because that's where all the action is going to happen, guys. The podcast is obviously still going to be on all your major podcast platforms and YouTube, but all the online courses, all the coaching, and all of the live workshops and webinars and expert guests, they're going to be in the academy. So that's why I'm focusing in 2024 and beyond in the academy. If you want free stuff, you got it with the podcast. We have resources you can download. If you want more, if you're looking to level up, join the academy, newbebacademy.com. Now, I say this each and every week, family, because it's true. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. I appreciate you guys so much. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the whole ecosystem, newbebacademy.com. Everything we're trying to do to build this entrepreneur community to help us connect, collaborate, and generate more money and scale our businesses. Remember, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building a worldwide economic power base in the Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.